Hi guys, this is my 10th video on YouTube and I'm doing it on this game Deckeleven's Railroads, and I'm doing it for the country of United Kingdom. So the goals of this level are to transport 20 cars of passengers per minute, deliver 10 cars of mail per minute, to have a balance of 100,000 cash and to have an income of 15,000 per minute. Okay, so we have uh, 6 cities in this level. So I'm going to start by connecting them with each other. Okay, so I've connected two cities. Now I'm assigning a train to transport passengers between these two cities, and I'm going to be using hat points for this train, and it is going to be a long train. Okay, so I've assigned the train. Next we have a demand of steel for these two cities. Steel is produced here at the steel mill, and to produce steel we need coal from the coal mine and iron from the iron mine. So I'm going to start by connecting the coal mine with the steel mill and assign a train to transport coal from the coal mine to the steel mill. I'm not going to be using hat points for this train. Next I'm going to be connecting the iron mine with the steel mill and assign a train to transport iron from the iron mine to the steel mill. Okay, I have assigned the trains now. Okay, once we begin producing steel in the steel mill, we have to transport it to these two cities. So I'm going to connect the steel mill with these two cities now. Okay, so I've connected the steel mill with one of the city. We have begun producing steel in the steel mill. Okay, now I'm assigning a train to transport steel from the steel mill to this city. Okay, so I've assigned the train. Next I'm going to be connecting the steel mill with this city. Okay, so I've connected it. Now I'm assigning a train to transport steel from the steel mill to the city which I connected recently with the steel mill. Okay, so I've assigned the train. Next, I'm going to be connecting the city of London with Canterbury to begin transporting passengers between these two cities. Okay, so I've connected it. Next, I'm going to be connecting the end of the track, which is located here, with this end, and assign train 2 to 3 trains on the same track, which are going to be running right behind each other, transporting passengers. I'm not going to be using hat points for those trains. Okay, so I've laid the track. Now I'm assigning signals on this track. Okay, so I've assigned the signals. Okay guys, to complete this level we need a lot of money. So I'm going to be pausing the video recording here and I will resume it back once we have a balance of 30,000 cash plus. So I'm pausing the video now guys. Okay, so I've resumed the video now and our balance is above 30,000 cash, and Worcester got upgraded to a level 2 city, and it now has an additional demand for mail and it also produces mail. Okay, so I'm going to be assigning trains now to this newly laid track between London and Canterbury to transport passengers. So I'm assigning the train now guys. I'm not going to be using hat points for this trains because I've assigned the first train. Okay, so Nottingham has also been upgraded to a level 2 city and it now has an additional demand for mail and it also produces mail. Okay, so I'm going to connect Worcester and Nottingham with another track. Okay. Okay, so I've connected it. Okay, so I've assigned another passenger train to transport passengers between London and Canterbury. Okay, next I'm going to be assigning signals on this newly laid track here. Okay, so I've assigned the signals. Now I'm going to assign trains to transport mail between Worcester and Nottingham. Okay, so I've assigned the first train. Okay, next I'm going to be connecting the logging cabin which is located here with the sawmill. Okay, so I've connected them. Now I'm assigning signals over this newly laid track here. Next I'm assigning a train to transport logs from the logging cabin to the sawmill. Okay, so I've assigned the train. Okay, so now I'm assigning another train to transport passengers between London and Canterbury. Okay, so I've assigned the train, guys. Next I'm going to be assigning another train on this track to transport logs from the logging cabin to the sawmill. Okay, so I've assigned the train, guys. Next I'm going to be assigning another mail train between Nottingham and Worcester. To transport mail. Okay, so I've assigned the train, guys. Okay, so next we need food from the meat packing which is located here, and to produce it we need sheeps from the sheep ranch which are located here and here, and iron from the iron mine. So I'm going to start by connecting the sheep ranch with the meat packing. Okay, so I've connected it. I'm assigning a train to transport sheep from the sheep ranch to the meat packing. I'm not going to be using hat points for this train, guys. Okay, so I've assigned the train. Next I'm going to assign another train to transport mail from Nottingham to Worcester. Okay, so I've assigned the train now, guys. Okay, next I'm going to be connecting the iron mine which is located here with the meat packing. Okay, so now I've connected them. Now I'm assigning signals on this newly laid track. Okay, so I've assigned signals. Now I'm assigning a train to transport iron from the iron mine to the meat packing. I'm not going to be using hat points for this train. Okay, so I've assigned the train now, guys. Next, I'm going to be connecting the sheep ranch, which is located here, with the meat packing. Okay, so I've connected it. I'm assigning a train to transport sheep from the sheep ranch to the meat packing. Okay, so I've assigned the train now, guys. Next, I'm going to assign another train to transport iron from the iron mine to the meat packing. Okay, so I've assigned the train now, guys. Okay, so we have begun producing wood planks in the sawmill. So I'm going to connect the sawmill with Canterbury and assign a train to it to transport wood planks from the sawmill to Canterbury. Okay, so I've assigned the train. Okay, so we have also begun producing food in the meat packing. So I'm going to connect the meat packing with London. Okay, so I've connected it. Okay, so next I'm going to assign a train to transport food from the meat packing to London. Okay, so I've assigned the train. So guys, I'm going to assign another train to transport mail from Worcester to Nottingham. Okay, so I've assigned the train. Okay, so we have four trains running on the same track. Okay, so next I'm going to be connecting the city of Portsmouth with Bristol. Okay, so I've connected them. Now I'm going to assign signals on this newly laid track. Okay, so I've assigned signals. Okay, so now I'm going to assign a train to transport passengers between these two cities. I'm not going to be using hat points for this train. Okay, so now I've assigned the train, guys. Okay, so now I'm going to assign another train to transport passengers between these two cities. Okay, so I've assigned the train, guys. Okay, so now I'm assigning another train to transport passengers between these two cities. Okay, so now I'm assigning another train. This is a fourth train which is going to be transporting passengers between these two cities, and we have now four trains running on the same track transporting passengers between these two cities. Okay, so now I'm going to connect London and Canterbury with another track, parallel track. Okay, so I've connected it. Okay, so now I've connected it. Now I'm going to assign signals on this newly laid track. Okay, so I've assigned the signals. Guys, I have laid this new track because once Canterbury and London gets upgraded to level 2 city, they will have an additional demand for mail and they will also supply mail. So once they get upgraded, I'm going to be assigning trains on this newly laid tracks to transport mail between these two cities. That's why I have upgraded them. I have laid a new track between these two cities. Okay, so guys, now I'm assigning uh, another train between the iron mine and the meat packing. Okay, so I've assigned the train now, guys. Okay, so London has been upgraded to a level 2 city, and as I said earlier, it now has an for mail and it also supplies mail. We just have to wait for Canterbury to be upgraded to a level 2 city. It might happen any moment now. Okay, so Canterbury has also been upgraded to a level 2 city, and it now has an additional demand for mail, and it also produces mail. So I'm going to start by assigning a train between Canterbury and London. This is going to be transporting mail between these two cities. Okay, so now I have assigned the train, guys. Okay, so now I have assigned another train. Okay, so now I'm assigning another train. Okay, so I have assigned another train, guys. Okay, so now we have three trains running on the same track transporting mail between London and Canterbury. Next, I'm going to be connecting the logging cabin, which is located here, with the sawmill. Okay, so I've connected it. Now I'm assigning signals on this newly laid track. Okay, so I've assigned the signals. Now I'm assigning a train to transport logs from the logging cabin to the sawmill. Okay, so I have assigned the train. Okay, so now I'm assigning another train to transport logs from the logging cabin to the sawmill. Okay, so I've assigned another train. Okay, so next I'm going to assign another train to transport logs from the logging cabin to the sawmill. Okay, so I've assigned another train now. Okay, guys, we have achieved two goals of this level, that is to transport 20 cars of passengers per minute and to deliver 10 cars of mail per minute. We just have to achieve the remaining two goals, which are to have a balance of 100,000 cash and to have an income of 15,000 per minute. Okay, so we have begun producing wood planks in the sawmill. So I'm going to connect the sawmill with Portsmouth. Okay, so I've connected it. Now I'm going to assign signals on this newly laid track. Okay, so I've assigned the signals. Now I'm going to assign a train to transport wood planks from the sawmill to Portsmouth. I'm not going to be using hard points for this train. Okay, so now I've assigned the train, guys. Okay, so now I'm going to assign another train to transport wood planks from the sawmill to Portsmouth. I'm not going to be using hard points for this train as well. Okay, so now I've assigned the train, guys. Okay, so guys, I'm going to be okay, so I won't pause the video. Okay, so we will achieve the third goal of this level, that is to have a balance of 100,000 cash. But to achieve the fourth goal, which is to have an income of 15,000 per minute, I think we have to assign some more trains to achieve that goal. Okay, so our income is above 14,000 per minute at the moment. It may go above 15,000 per minute, or it may come down as well. Guys, if you need hard points, I would suggest you to play the level of Barcelona, as it is very easy to get hard points in that level. It is the first level of this game after tutorials, and it takes only about 10 minutes to complete, and you get 350 hard points when you complete that level. Okay, so Portsmouth has been upgraded to a level 2 city, and it now has an additional demand for mail, and it also supplies mail. Okay, so we are about to achieve the third goal of this level. Okay, so we have achieved the third goal of this level. We just now have to achieve the fourth goal of this level, to that is to have an income of 15,000 per minute. Yeah, I think we can achieve that by deleting these four trains which are currently running between the cities of Portsmouth and Bristol, and I'm going to be replacing those four trains with a larger size train. Okay, so I've replaced it. I have done it because this train will give us more income than the other four trains, and it will help us to achieve the fourth goal of this level, that is to have an income of 15,000 per minute. Okay, so our income may go above 15,000 per minute any moment now. Okay, so it has gone below 13,000 now. I don't know why it keeps fluctuating. Okay, so our income has gone below 12,000 now. Okay, so it is just below 13,000 per minute now. I don't know why our income is changing constantly. Okay, so our income is above 13,000 per. Okay, so it is below 13,000 per minute now. Okay, so it is above 14,000 per minute now. It may go above 15,000 per minute any moment now, or it may come down as well. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to assign another train to transport iron from the iron mine to the meat packing. Okay, so I've assigned the train. Okay, we have another city. Okay, so our income has gone above 15,000 per minute, and we have achieved all the four goals of this level, and we have successfully completed this level, guys. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. Goodbye.